Well, and I think that's the big thing with regenerative is realizing that humans are a part of the system
Hmm.
and that the system is dynamic. So everything that we do or don't do is going to impact the system. And so when you realize that, then it just makes, well, for me, it makes me really curious and excited about, well, if we could tweak a little something here, how does that change the system? I think going back to our conventional and organic thing, that to me almost felt more like, okay, the system's over here, people are over here, and we'll do something to the system and hope something pops out that's the right thing. Whereas there's a lot more nuance in actually being a part of the system and how you affect that by what you do.
Yeah. And I think while regenerative is still emerging, I mean, it's a term that is used by a lot of different people, meaning a lot of different things. That can be kind of, maybe threatening or scary to those who have an established niche market in organic. And how do you maybe think about that? And you've had some experience in both systems, but how do you think that all these things can be together or distinguish themselves, but not maybe in a negative way?
I think it all comes back to if our core value is to produce the healthiest product for the people that are consuming it, then whatever we're doing has to be going towards that outcome, and we have to be able to measure that outcome. And so I think whether it's organic or conventional or what it is, if we're taking the steps and we're measuring the outcomes and we're finding ways, because every farm is going to be different too on how they can get those outcomes, depending on what your moisture level is, depending on what your number of growing days is. It's all going to look very different. So to have a set structure on what you can and cannot do is going to limit being able to be creative and make the pivots that you need to make your product be as healthy as possible for the end consumer. So I think if we take that stance that our value is going to be, well, that and the environmental health, human and environmental health, if that's going to be what we're targeting, then we really have to put a bunch of that stuff to the side and play with how do we get these outcomes rather than what can we or can we not do.